Join us as we uncover the secrets of this mouth-watering quinoa and chickpea bowl.
Today we're diving into a fantastic and easy one-pot vegan recipe that is not only delicious, but it is nutritious, packed with protein. We are making a healthy quinoa and chickpea bowl. Let's do it.
Let's start off with 1 can of rinsed chickpeas. Then we're going to add a splash of maple syrup. It's here to help the spices stick, not to sweeten the deal. Let's give those a nice little mix and coat those chickpeas up in 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and of course, I'm going to add our turmeric that has its super hero power, good shakes of garlic powder, about a tablespoon. Let's give that a good mix. Teaspoon of salt. And while you weren't looking, I did add some fresh cracked pepper. Let's add 4 cloves to our garlic crusher. This will help keep the vampires away. 2 tablespoons of freshly grated ginger, 1 cup of roughly chopped parsley, removing those bigger stems. Karate chop of 1 medium-sized onion, removing the ends as well as taking off the skin, because guess what's next? Our multi-chopper slicer, my new favorite kitchen gadget that I love so much. Look at that, it's so satisfying, and it all just stays right there in the bowl. It dices it perfectly. Yeah, I know. Amazon link below. You gotta love it. Next, we're gonna be adding 1 cup of raisin that's gonna give it a little bit of Moroccan flair. Into our hot sizzling pan goes our onions. Don't worry, there's no oil, and look at that. Don't be afraid. After a few minutes, you're going to see how nicely it starts to brown with no oil. But I like to keep a teapot that's boiled on the side and add that just to kind of keep it to temperature. And we're going to add our beautiful aromatics of garlic and fresh ginger. Stir that in. Add a little more water if it starts to dry out. Then we're going to add about 3/4 of a cup of a 28-ounce crushed tomato can, 1 cup of rinsed quinoa. Mix that up and let that soak up that tomato goodness. Got to add a little more cumin, about a tablespoon, as well as some nice smoked paprika. It's gonna soak up all that goodness. Cover it up and let it sit for a few minutes and keep an eye on it. Make sure that it doesn't dry out. I'm gonna add about a little messy cup of water to have that quinoa absorb and not dry out on you. Let's go ahead and throw that lid back on, giving that quinoa a chance to soak up all that goodness. And next, of course, we're adding our chickpeas that have been coated with spices, our little flavor bombs. This dish is really coming together now, just adding the finishing touches of our parsley and raisins, and just a splash of teaspoon of salt, and that's it. All done in 1 pot. This is so healthy, oil-free. How can you not eat this every day of the week? Thanks for joining me. See you on the next one. Keep it fresh, keep it healthy.